I've got a cool new addition to put on the General today. I've got some Kemimoto Fang lights that I'm going to put on. They're just like the Razor Fang lights that come on the newer, I think 2021 and up, or somewhere around there. The RZR XP1000. And they come with these little lights that go on the sides of the grill. Well, the ones from Kemimoto, these are not just running lights, but they have turn signals also. So since I've got the street legal kit on here, I have these sequential turn signals above the headlight, but it would be pretty cool to have some Fang light turn signals here too, just some extra visibility, and it's a cool look. Let me show you what this comes with. This is the Kemimoto kit. I've already opened this one just to take a look at it. So we've got a Fang for one side, a Fang for the other. It comes with this little wiring harness, which you plug both your Fang lights into, and then this goes to your positive and a negative. So this is for your running lights. Comes with a random white wire. These are the little brackets that'll hold these onto the grill. And it also comes with some instructions. So the instructions look pretty basic. Take out your grill, mount it onto the sides of the grill, your little screws, those brackets, and then yeah, you wire them up. Pretty simple. So let's jump into it. Now my machine is a 2023 General XP1000 4-seat Ultimate. And it's got the camera here in the grill. So all you do to take the grill out is you pull these two little tabs down and it's out. Now we just need to unplug this. It's easier with a tool. Press the little tab. It pops out, and here we have it. So this is the factory grill, and we're going to mount the lights on both sides here. So you fish these wires through the hole, and yeah, they just go in there nicely. You can see where we'll put the 3 screws in and those little brackets. And yeah, these will look like factory. The instructions show these brackets going over here on the side, but I've learned after putting it in, they work better if you keep them off of the side here, because there's a little clip in the way right here, that if you turn these brackets inside, when you go to put the grill back in, it just snaps right in. It looks factory. So, and then it's just as easy as factory to pull it back out. So the next part is pull your hood off and put it somewhere safe. So just to test this out, I'm going to grab this harness. We're going to plug these in. It looks pretty easy. It seems to be all plug and play. I say that if I could find out which way it goes. There we go. So these will be your running lights. That's what the machine will look like. It's with your headlights on, high beams, and then this is just your running lights. It's kind of a different look. Let me flick the lights off real quick in here. That's what it looks like. So I've been testing out the grill, and let me show you what I've come up with. So everybody with a street legal kit is going to have a different experience than I do. Mine is the WD street legal kit. So I've got wires running right here under the hood that will allow me to tap into them to get my turn signals. So I'm going to put this on an accessory wire, and then I'm going to take this turn signal and I'm going to mount this up to this wire right here. So when I tap this in, this will work. Here we go. So this is what it'll look like when it's on and done. There's the turn signal. It's pretty bright. I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but it looks pretty awesome. The main harness for this has the connectors right on it. So if I do want to take the grill out, I can unplug it from here. So I'm going to pull this wire back behind the grill and get this out of the way. And then I can pull this wire right over here to my pulse bar. And I'm going to go to an accessory wire and a ground, which I have both of them right here. So then I'm going to run some wires for these turn signals, and I'm going to run it into a connector that I can disconnect, and I'll have these wires run down here. I found something really awesome on Amazon. How much time have you spent taking this split loom to hide wires and run them through your machine? Which we all use that, and it protects your wire, and it looks a little cleaner. Well, I found this. So this is, it's got two wires in it. It's like, I don't know, 14 gauge, I think, 14 or 16 gauge. And it comes at this black protector, and it just looks like a little coax cable. Like, it doesn't look like anything special. But you strip this back, and then I plan to use this on this setup. So I'll take these two blinkers, run it to this wire, and then I'll have a disconnect, and a waterproof disconnect here, a little connector, and I'll just run these over here to my blinkers and get that set up. And then I don't have to mess with running individual wires through this split loom. I'm sure there's better ways to do this, but what I do, I try to look in between the two wires just to make sure I don't cut them, and then I take my razor blade and I just cut a little slit, and then I can expose my two wires. And this rubber is really thick, so I can't just pull it through like you could Romex or something. So there, I split that down, and then I've got my two wires pulled out and exposed. Yeah, and like I said, I really like this wire. This stuff's awesome. But this will keep it tucked away, clean, and I'll just zip tie it up out of the way. So I'm going to take this connector and attach this to these blinkers so that I can pull the blinkers off. It's a little bit bigger gauge than what these are, but bigger is better than not big enough, right? So I want to do matching wire, so I'm going to use some yellow. And I got these on Amazon. These are pretty cool. These solder and seal connections. So I don't know if you've seen these before, but they're pretty sweet. So you just take these, run your wire through it, and then it's very simple. All you do, you strip back enough of the wire. Let me just get a fresh end. So you strip the wire back, and you just twist it together. Super simple. Twist your wire together, and then pull this connector over top of it, and then grab your heat gun. Again, nice little Amazon purchase. Grab your little heat gun, and They're little shrink wrap connectors. So heat this up, it shrink wraps it on, and then if you heat up the center part enough, that's a little ring of solder, and it'll melt onto your wires and solder them together, and they're heat shrinked. So that's pretty awesome. So I'm going to run these wires up here, run some little zip ties, and have them come through here, and then that's when I'll bring my connector in and tie it in right there, so I've got some slack so I can plug it in and take it off. I am going to take some split loom and hide some wire in here because I don't want this bright yellow visible. It just looks tacky. There we go. Next, we need to take this wire and fish it on up top as well. Doesn't have to look beautiful because it's just under the hood. Nobody's ever going to see it. If you're opening my hood and examining my wires, you have bigger problems than I do. FYI, just want you to know. So to do this, we're going to plug in our wire. We're going to plug in our camera. And then plug in the harness for these new lights that we're putting in now. If you don't have one of these tools, this is a Klein wire stripper I got on Amazon. This thing's amazing. If you don't have one, I highly recommend you go get one. This comes as a kit. It's the Klein strippers along with these Klein crimpers, ratcheting crimpers. So the little harness that comes with it, I ran it up through here. It's just kind of laying in here. But I've got it to the pulse bar on a yellow, which is accessory. So when the key comes on, these lights will come on. And then the yellow wires from these lights, I've run here tied into my blinkers. So on my WD Electronics Street Legal kit. So let me show you what that looks like. So with it all wired up, I don't have everything buttoned up, but it's wired. So you turn the ignition on, and you've got your running lights. You can have your headlights, high beams. We'll just go with the running lights. Left, right, hazards. I got everything installed. It's looking good. Man, I really actually like these. At first, I thought they were too bright, and I didn't think I'd really want them on, but take a look at what they look like on. Without the headlights. I don't think they're too bright at all. I think they actually look really good. So the RZR XP1000, these are the Fang lights that come in it. It has a really big grill. So these general lights are a whole lot smaller than the RZR ones, but that's all we've got to work with. That's all Polaris gave us on the general. So we've got that little tiny grill. These fit perfectly. They're really bright. They're easy to install. Yeah, let me show you what they look like outside.
In conclusion, I really do like these Kemimoto Fang lights for the general. They look really good. They're really bright. As turn signals, they work great. They really integrate well within the whole system. I wish that Polaris had made the grill larger, but it's what Polaris gave us, so this is what we have. And I think they did a great job. One thing that I don't like, I have these cube lights here on the factory mounting holes on the bumper, and they kind of block the view of these, so these might need to go away just to make a little bit cleaner look for that grill.